On April 16, 2026, starting at 12:30 p.m., the Crédit Agricole branch in Piazza Medaglie d'Oro in the Vomero district of Naples was the target of a criminal incursion that completely neutralized the effectiveness of standard security protocols. A group of criminals, operating with their faces covered, took 25 people hostage, sealing the structure from the inside, emptying the safe deposit boxes, and escaping into the sewers. But how was this possible? It is a quiet mid-April morning in Naples. In the Arenella neighborhood, the routine of Piazza Medaglie d'Oro is suddenly shattered. We are not talking about an improvised thief entering with a drawn gun through the front door. We are talking about a heist studied down to the smallest details, worthy of an action movie script. Let's take a step back. How did the robbers enter a bank in broad daylight, escaping external security systems? The answer lies 4.5 meters below the feet of unsuspecting pedestrians. According to geological surveys and subsequent investigations, the criminals used the classic but always incredibly complex technique of the whole gang. Starting from the vast sewer network of Naples, they dug an impressive underground tunnel. Experts speak of a gallery about 12 meters long and barely 80 centimeters high. To carry out an engineering work of this kind, in the dark and in suffocating spaces, it is estimated that it took at least 4 people and weeks, perhaps months, calculating the position of the vault to the millimeter. Around 12:30 p.m., the plan kicks off with a precise pincer maneuver. While the floor of the vault gives way and a first group of robbers literally emerges from nowhere, armed with guns, simultaneously 3 other accomplices cross the main entrance. The second team, entering unarmed to evade possible security checks and blend in with those present, immediately rejoins the core group that emerged from the underground. Inside, there are employees and numerous customers. In an instant, panic breaks out. The criminals with covered faces take absolute control of the situation. 25 people are rounded up and taken to the first floor, after which, shortly after, they are brought back to the ground floor and locked in a room. No one can enter, no one can leave. Meanwhile, inside, the robbers systematically begin to break into the private safe deposit boxes in the vault, while outside, the maximum alarm goes off. The Carabinieri, the fire brigade, and the 118 ambulances arrive, stationed waiting for the worst. The chief prosecutor of Naples, Nicola Gratteri, also arrives on the scene. The tension is incredibly high. The real intentions of the hostage takers are unknown, and it is not known how many weapons they have at their disposal. The intervention of the GIS, the Special Intervention Group of the Carabinieri, an elite unit trained for hostage rescue in high-risk situations, is immediately requested. Snipers take position. Authorities try to understand if it is possible to start a negotiation. Inside the bank, time seems to have stopped. The hostages are terrified. Some begin to feel ill due to severe stress and claustrophobia. The robbers work quickly and methodically. They know their minutes are numbered, but they also know that the presence of the hostages guarantees them a perfect shield against a sudden police raid. Their real goal is not a clash, but the loot hidden in those dozens of armored boxes. Around 1:30 p.m., after about an hour of anguish, the situation is partially unblocked. In a surprise move, law enforcement and the fire brigade manage to open a passage to facilitate the exit of civilians. The 25 hostages are freed and escorted out of the structure. They are visibly in shock, but fortunately all unharmed. 6 of them are treated on site by 118 paramedics for illness and mild panic attacks, but none require hospitalization. The relief is enormous, but the operation is far from over. The robbers are still inside, or at least, so it is thought. Hours pass. The area remains locked down. The men of the GIS study the floor plan of the building and prepare for the raid. When the blitz, they must neutralize the threat. It is around 5 p.m. when the blitz is triggered. The special military forces break through and enter the branch with surgical precision. They advance room by room, rifles pointed, checking every corner. But when they reach the vault, they are faced with an unexpected scene. Total silence. Boxes, the bandits have disappeared. They entered. While everyone's on the floor, amid the dozens of gutted and emptied safe deposit boxes, lies the exact same hole from which they entered. While everyone's attention was focused on the hostages and the external negotiations, the gang gathered the loot lowered themselves back into the 80-centimeter high tunnel and crawled away, dispersing into the intricate and dark labyrinth of the Neapolitan sewers even before the raid began. Outside the structure, the investigative analysis focuses on a black Alfa Romeo Giulietta, parked near the bank's entrance. The vehicle was the means of transport and infiltration for the support team that arrived from the main entrance to carry out the pincer maneuver in coordination with the group emerging from the underground. The relevant investigative detail is the vehicle's license plate, a roughly made paper fake attached to the back. This operational anomaly confirms that the vehicle was considered expendable right from the heist's conceptual phase, destined to be abandoned on the spot since the main exfiltration plan exclusively relied on the use of the sewer tunnel. On site, technicians from the Scientific Investigations Department, RIS, immediately isolated the vehicle to start dactyloscopic and biological surveys, searching for fingerprints, hair follicles, and DNA traces on the cabin and bodywork in an attempt to isolate genetic profiles or map the pre-operational movements of the commando unit. The final loot remained uncertain for a long time, tied to the individual complaints of the customers, but was certainly substantial. A robbery executed with impressive coldness and planning, which exploited the centuries-old underground of the city to its advantage. Investigations by the prosecutor's office started immediately, utilizing experts, geologists, street cameras, and informants to give a name to the covered faces that terrorized Piazza Medaglie d'Oro. To close this analysis, we must understand the real operational implications of the hit and how it was physically possible. The true logistical ally of the robbers was the city's infrastructure itself. The underground of Naples is a stratified labyrinth of friable tough rock and complex sewer networks, a perfect invisible highway for the so-called whole gang. Investigations confirm the creation of a tunnel of about 12 meters. But to center the base of the vault to the millimeter, dodging load-bearing foundations and latest generation seismic sensors, you cannot dig blindly. And this is where the crucial investigative node comes in. The mole hypothesis. Investigators believe the support of an inside man, bassista, or the illicit acquisition of the credit institution's confidential structural blueprints is highly probable. This operation raises a clear warning for the design and security of urban spaces. Surface armoring systems become useless if the surrounding architecture remains structurally vulnerable from below.